Now let's go to Brisbane, where Queensland Senator Greens Environment spokesperson Larissa Waters joins me now. Larissa Waters, you've made it clear that you're appalled by this decision. You've just heard some of what Bruce Elliott from the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority has been saying. He says that there are plenty of conditions, restrictions, protections in place.
Hi Kim, look, I don't share the Marine Park Authority's confidence that those conditions will be complied with. Sadly, we've seen staff cuts at the Environment Department and at the Marine Park Authority themselves already, and with more expected to come. Who's going to be watching to make sure those conditions are complied with?
Well, the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority says that, you know, there will be a special independent dredging and technical disposal advice panel. There will be a management response group. It can have some community representatives on it as well. Are they not enough levels of layer of protection?
Well, I think it comes down to whether or not you want to treat a World Heritage Site that is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world like a rubbish tip, because it's cheaper for the big mining companies to put this mud, this dredge spoil, into the water than it is to safely treat it and dispose of it on land. I don't think we should be treating our Great Barrier Reef like a rubbish tip for the convenience of the big miners. I think we should be cherishing it and taking every step we can to look after it and protect it, because there's 63,000 people who rely on the reef being healthy for their livelihood, and because this is a biodiversity icon. This latest dumping decision comes off the back of many more million cubic metres of dumping that's been allowed under this government and the previous one. I'm worried that this will be the straw that breaks the reef's back.
The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority says that this particular area chosen on the seafloor is a very, very small area, 2 square kilometres, they're arguing, an area that consists of sand and clay and silt, no reefs, no seagrass beds. They're arguing that they've chosen the best spot possible, if you like.
Well, 2 things on that, Kim. Firstly, the Marine Park Authority's own research from about a year ago found that dredge spoil, when dumped, doesn't just sit in the spot that it's dumped. It can travel up to 80 kilometres, so it can end up smothering corals, seagrasses, and it can always get in the gills of wildlife, no matter where it is. So the science there, I thought, was pretty clear from the Marine Park Authority themselves. And secondly, this is just one of copious dump sites throughout this World Heritage area. Again, treating the reef as if it's a rubbish tip, simply because it's cheaper for the big mining companies to do so.
Now, you've flagged that the Greens would like to move laws in the federal parliament to ban offshore dumping in the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. What are the chances, realistically, though, of something like that passing?
Well, we have the World Heritage Committee that has given Australia very strong warnings for the last couple of years now that the reef could be put on the World Heritage in Danger list. That's the international list of shame for countries who can't look after their World Heritage sites. Now, if we continue down this path of approving everything that the big mining companies want to do in the reef, such as today's decision with Abbot Point, then we are really risking getting put on that list, and that would do huge damage to the tourism sector and of course to the biodiversity of the reef itself, which is why I'll be moving, when Parliament resumes, to ban offshore dumping. We should be putting the reef at the front and centre of our policy decisions, not at the bottom of the queue after everybody else has had a look in, such as the big mining companies and the political favours of the day.
All right, Senator Larissa Waters, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for joining us from Brisbane.
Thanks, Kim. My pleasure.